said.
Did you say you're good, Mike?
I'm good. I am A-okay, boss. Just make that a 0.
Alright, one sec. Okay, so we're ready. Everyone's ready. We're good. We're good. Cool.
Yes.
So,
Sorry,
yes.
Jamal. One more question. What alignment would you say my actions have made me?
You haven't done a single action yet that changes your alignment, but if you mean that, you know, you didn't have one for him, I'd say he's probably chaotic neutral.
Okay.
You're a nibba.
Sounds good.
Say, I have only seen
You've only
some
ever
wizards,
acted
man.
for the greater good. Your wife, Duchess, whatever the fuck, is a vampire. And you were kind of cool with her cutting niggas up and eating them a little bit. So, you're probably chaotic neutral.
Okay.
Only known
But
so,
he's whatever you want him to be.
so little is
Yeah, it sounds.
He's just not lawful anything.
If it says school evocation, or however you say it, good, comma lawful, am I able to use this spell?
That shit, the no spell actually like, those are just, like, the types of spell they are. It's not inherently, like, you're not prevented from doing any of it unless it specifies.
Sounds good.
Like, so you can be good and cast evil spells and shit. Alright, so to catch people up, I am errating the situation that happened with Mike a little bit. So, since I did not know about the terminal velocity rules,
Which is
the damage that you take when you're from falling damage caps out at 20d6, which potentially could have killed Mike, but likely would not have. So I am going to errata it. So he still dies, just to whatever the damage from the 20d6 could have been that killed him. But he would have been within a range of HP to be revived by Jordan casting Breath of Life. So essentially he gets to be revived immediately, as opposed to, like, later.
because originally we thought he was gonna be such a fucking negative level he can't come back, right?
No, he would have been able to come back, but it would have taken a higher level spell. Or no, not high, I think they're the same level, but a different spell. But essentially that would have stopped Jordan from doing it on the spot, but Jordan can do it on the spot.
Sweet.
Because
sweet,
I do not want to change rules as written too much, especially when it comes to stuff like that rarely comes up, like falling damage. Because whatever I
You
said,
could just said that bitch fell on him.
nah.
He landed. He's like, "Hey guys, I made it!" Boom.
But so
alive.
the situation you guys are in, Adam is just like literally comes out of the time flicker.
Comes.
Dragon is dead. Jordan, you get to Ronin in time, and you are able to. You get to Softail in time, and you're able to revive them.
Yeah.
That sounds like a movie, Ronin in Time.
And you're right. And you guys see, like, when that dragon dies, like, the sort of roar he let out as he died sort of was like a signal to the other ones to leave. And you see
Let's go fucking
two
battle.
dragons leave from inside the city. They take off and they fly back over the walls.
Which direction?
Same way they came.
Which was?
Oh, north.
North?
Okay.
I thought it was here. Isn't it south?
No, yeah, this is like so like if you look at the other side of the whatchamacallit, like the way this map is oriented, fucking is wrong, but it would have technically this would be like flipped, like upside down.
Okay.
Okay.
Where this is still the west, but this would actually be
Yeah,
north.
yeah.
I can actually do something about that eventually, but it doesn't matter that much, you know.
I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying. It's not important. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
You saying west?
So yeah, again, you guys saw two dragons fly away. It is notable though
I thought it was
that there were three,
Oh,
but only two fly away.
Where's the third one at?
You don't know.
Well, am I alive?
The sounds, yeah, you're alive. And the general sound throughout the city is like people are screaming, and you hear like and you see like fire spreading. You see like they're like clerics of Bahamut and other divine casters, sort of low level divine casters, just sort of running around trying to control the fires. The Legion is kind of running around trying to secure people, get people to calm down. It's kind of just chaos, and you guys are kind of standing in the center of it as it swirls around you. But you do not hear any more like active damage happening. Like it doesn't sound like there's anything being broken or destroyed outside of the currently existing flames.
Okay, so I'm gonna get up. Jordan revives me. I kind of like get to one knee and force myself up. I like fix my fucking cloak and shit. Dust myself off a little bit. Look down at the dragon's body next to me. I spit on it, and when I spit, blood comes out. I just go, bitch. And I fucking immediately fucking just dip to a fucking rooftop. I don't say nothing to Jordan. Trying to
Yeah,
see what
Jordan
the fuck's
just
going
nods.
on.
He doesn't really care.
And at this around this point, Kavir finally makes it back to the ground. Fucking.
I live. I never die. What are you talking about?
And did you dip Softail like before she got there?
Yeah, like literally as soon as Jordan
Okay.
got me up, I did that, and I just fucking, I noticed I remember there were 3 dragons come in. I saw 2 dragons leave, and I'm like, there's still a 3rd dragon in this city, and I literally
Okay.
go to find it.
All right, where are you going?
I'm gonna head to the square,
Okay.
the market. Well, where are we now? Like, where are we now? Like, are we in? The
You guys
square?
are like the square would be like again assuming the map is backwards like upside down. The square would be to your south.
To my south. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I?
And
when
but
I
you guys were in vision of it. You guys were like very close to it.
Question: when I was
Yes.
taking my little free fall, did I happen to see where any of the other dragons were around the city?
Oh yeah, so from up in the sky, you would have been able to see what was going on with. So while you were in the sky, you would have seen that there were 2 dragons. One was sort of like at the complete south side of the city, on the edge of the merchant district, sort of in between the upper district and lower district. And there would have been another one that was like sort of raising the upper district, that was getting fought off by the Legion. But in the lower district, you did not see one, despite there being damage.
Alright, well that's where I'm heading.
And then the lower district looked considerably less damaged to you.
That's where I'm going then. Because the Legion's
Oh.
fighting one off.
Yeah, the Legion, like as you were falling, the Legion was fighting one off in the upper district. There was one in the lower or in the south side of the market district, and they were there like when you were falling. But when you killed the dragon, they took off and they left. But you did not see one in the lower district while you were falling.
I have a feeling this dragon's up to some fucking sneaky shit in the lower district. So that's why. I mean, like Occam's Legion were in the other areas, right? That's what I'm picking up.
Yeah, the Legion was everywhere.
I mean, the Legion was there, but like that's where like the main ruckus seemed to come from.
From above you, it would have been from there. It would have been hard to tell. Like a Legionnaire looks like a Legionnaire to you,
Right,
so they
right.
would have been like you wouldn't be able to say like where Occam was in particular. But there was fighting everywhere. The Legion was kind of everywhere. Legion deployment did not have any sort of like preference to one region or the other.
I'm gonna head to where there was damage, but I don't see a dragon because
Okay.
I would
So that would-
assume I saw the 2 I saw left were in the other areas I did see. So
Okay, that's the lower district. You can take off in that direction.
yeah. I'm also
Anyone else?
gonna be chugging some. Well, how much HP do I come back with?
You want me to roll?
Yeah, because I gotta know how many fucking health potions I gotta drink right now.
Okay.
Start chugging. Your tiny little
Let me see.
kitty cat stomach.
You get back. Ooh, damn! I got a max roll on one of
I
them. You
will
get
say-
back 39.
Okay, so I was gonna say that you are at you were gonna be at half of whatever the Breath of Life rolls. So there you go.
Okay, so 39 divided by 2.
So 19, basically rounded up or down.
You round it down.
So 18.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any heal potions. Well, shit.
There you go.
I have a wand of cure moderate wounds.
It's a good thing you ran away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did run away.
So-
I take a pit stop at some sort of fucking potion shop and steal some fucking
I watch him run away. I
potions.
watch him run away, just bleeding. And I'm just like, ah, there he goes.
Yeah.
What
So
a fool.
all of that is sort of happens. Calvira lands, and she just looks around, and she just looks at Dordan. She goes, "Nice catch."
I I do what I can.
Is everyone all right? The literal flames are crackling around
Yeah,
you.
Mike
in
has
this-
leftover cutlets. He is Italian.
Inji's still up in the air. He's probably just gonna like fly around trying to fucking save people.
Okay. So it's actually good that you did this. So, what do I want you to roll? How are you trying to save people? What are you trying to do?
Like if there's anybody like surrounded by flames or anything like that, go down, pick them up. You know, maybe do some cool like fucking Pokemon shit where he like bats the flames away with wind from the wings.
That is very sick. Okay, I'm trying to think of what I want you to roll to see how good you are doing this.
Right.
Sure.
Handle
Why not?
animal.
Roll me a ride. Roll me a handle animal, and roll me a diplomacy.
Oh god.
These are each covering 3 different
Diplomacy.
types of situations. Ride is going to cover when like someone is trapped in like a high place, and you want to sort of get them on the back of White Claw and take them to a safe
nice.
location. Handle animal is going to cover the situations where someone is surrounded by flames and you're able to bat the flames away using White Claw's wings. And ride is going to handle you just doing all of this with speed. Oh, my bad. That's associated with that. And diplomacy is gonna be like, you know, someone's in a situation where you kind of can't get to them. You convince them to calm down to let you help them without hurting themselves.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you get around the city fairly quickly. Anytime you are directly trying to like deal with the flames, your attempts to like have White Claw fan them kind of make the situations worse. But whenever you're in those situations, you're able to convince the people in those situations to calm down, and you
Him
kind of
burn
just
to death calmly.
and you kind of just put yourself on the front line. If he would do that, would he do that? Would he
I
go
would-
into the fire to save people?
Yeah.
I mean, can I say that Jordan would also be going around using crate water in stone shape to like
Yeah. Okay.
be repairing the city?
So Dordan will be joining the clerics. Like, it's very obvious. They have very obvious clothes and stuff, and you see them doing exactly that, and it'd be pretty obvious for you to just jump in and help. And you are just as strong as the leader of the cleric in the city, so you can provide some very like large amounts of help in that department.
Let's go.
Call that old man fucking weak for me.
So, NG, throughout the entire, like, I'm gonna say that this entire like thing, this is like over the course of like a couple hours, as like things die down. Let me get my. What was the population of this place? How many died?
It also just hit me that the realization that they might have actually killed the dragon.
So
Wait, that was-
Hadn't thought it possible.
Oh, I assume purple dude got it.
I don't know.
All right, so he did run off in that direction. But so you guys, all right. So NG, you save like over the course of the 2 hours, a solid 67 individuals.
Hot damn.
Let me deduct that from the total casualties.
Was it
Hell
casualty
yeah.
count? Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Okay, so these are people who confirmed like would have died had you not been there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Dordan, you're gonna be helping the clerics out with clearing the water, or with clearing the flames. You're
Yep.
rescuing your own share of people. What could I have you roll? You can roll me a diplomacy. Let's look at skills. What skills exist? You can roll me diplomacy, knowledge, religion, and perception.
Okay. Diplomacy 24. Knowledge religion 12, and then perception is 33.
Sorry, that's some of my mom gas money. Wait,
Oh.
what? Hold on, wait a minute. What the fuck? Huh? Wait, hold on.
What?
He rolls real dice.
No, I told her, I was like, wait, didn't I send that already? And she was like, nah. It says alright, whatever. I'm gonna just do it again. Ignore me.
Always do.
I went to send some shit on Zelle. I was like, warning, you recently made the same transfer. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I did this already, but whatever. So, alright, what were your rolls again? I apologize.
Diplomacy was 24.
Okay,
Knowledge religion was 12,
12, okay.
and perception was 33.
Okay, so, with your perception
Nice.
And-
perception roll.
and your diplomacy,
I do have cure mana runes. I lied.
you are able to do a similar thing to NG, and you know, like you're able to notice people in adverse situations where the other clerics may not have noticed them, and you're able to convince people to stay calm, and but what you aren't able to do is convince the clerics sometimes that you were right and they were wrong in terms of where they should be directing their energy. So
Right.
you don't save as many people as you could have just by virtue of them not listening to you.
I understand. Fuck.
But you save 43 people
Alright, fair enough.
over the course of the 2 hours. Okay, was anyone else doing anything else?
Oh my god.
What's Adam
Question.
doing?
2
Oh
1.
yeah. I was gonna get to that once other people told me what they were doing. So technically, he doesn't come out of the flicker until after like a round. Once I decided that Softail was revived with a spell that happens in a round, he wouldn't have come out of it for like a solid like 12 seconds after Softail was revived. So you guys have essentially like Softail essentially bolted before Adam even came out of this.
Question.
Yes.
Few things. One, how many uses? Oh wait, never mind. It's right there. Tells me how many uses I get. Never mind. Fucking.
Okay.
So, because before trying to catch Softail, I used my wand of a large person. You know, so I'm technically I'm
Just
large.
running in as a big dude.
So technically I'm large right now. Can I
Okay.
take
Then-
that to my advantage to potentially if I hear people screaming like maybe under debris and shit, cleared debris or something?
Yeah. So, we're gonna go on your sheet.
I forget if I actually want to come. Wait.
We're gonna go to your buffs. We're gonna set this. Wait, where's it? Hold up. Where's the thing where you can set stuff that doesn't already exist? Or that
I have
already
like a
exists?
separate sheet within the sheet to make myself like if I'm large, I do this.
Hold up,
Big
one sec.
dog,
Let me go to the
big
settings
dog.
here.
A sheet within a sheet.
Call that a sheet.
Oh, kill me.
Boo.
There's magic in these textures, I swear. Probably because they were burned into my
Where?
skull before I could read.
Why is the sheet randomly not the same? Oh, there we go. Okay, I had to turn that on. Okay, I
But I'm so happy to be back. It
Add
feels
large
totally
person.
different, but also somehow the
You
same.
have a large person
super
on
battle
now.
droid
You
and a
have.
flying droid. They're about to
You got
be
your
on the
little
board.
size bonus. You got your bonus to your strength and shit. So
Wait, where do I go in my sheet if I wanted to like toggle that off and on?
So on the top of your sheet, no matter what tab you're in, doesn't matter. At the top is going to be set conditions and set buffs. Click set buffs, and it'll give a drop down menu that'll show all your buffs, and you can just check and uncheck in large person.
Wait, stop. I see that. I see it now. Set buffs. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, so you already. Okay, set. Sweet,
Yeah,
sweet,
I added it to your sheet. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
So it's on now. You have the buffs. You're big. So how is Brutus trying to save people?
Fucking if I hear people maybe trapped indoors, they can't break those doors down, or
Okay.
debris where they're under those debris, trying to lift it from those. They're under the debris, lift the debris off from them so they can get out.
Okay. And where are you going in the same direction Softail is?
Wherever no one else is, but there's like screaming and yelling and fucking flames and shit, broken shit,
Okay.
just because you know.
Yeah, if I haven't made it apparent
So-
enough,
so-
I'm hunting for this last droid.
Yeah. So Softail went into the lower district, but he didn't like Fuck it. I'm not even gonna ask this. Roll me a D100.
Me?
No,
100.
Brutus.
Oh.
/R space 1D100.
71.
Okay. High was good. All right. So now roll me. So you're using your physical ability to try and break stuff, lift stuff, get people out of bad situations.
Mhm.
Roll me a strength check. Sweet. Excellent.
God damn.
So the situation you
Jeez
described
Louise.
is most common in the sort of outskirts of the merchant district, which sort of toes the line between both the upper district and the lower district. And
Oh,
there
Midtown,
are
got it.
yeah, essentially it's fucking it's Halden, but it's like yeah we're upper hood class, but yeah so yeah so you save a lot of like of the merchant class, like a sizable amount of them, because like they were just sort of out in the open. The merchant district had like some of the tallest like buildings, stuff like that, stuff that collapsed. You save a decent amount of people. You save 26 people,
Ironic.
and there's a specific situation where you are on the edge of the lower district and the upper district, or and the merchant district, and you come upon a house that is like burning, and the door is like sort of collapsed in, the building is collapsed in, and you hear the voice of a woman screaming from the inside. So you could describe how you save this woman.
Do I know? Is it like a 2-story house or 1-story house?
It is a 1-story house, and it is relatively low quality, but it is decent enough.
It's something looks like it's probably gonna burn down to the ground.
Yeah, like you hear a woman screaming from the inside. It looks like there are no obvious exits, and it is burning, and within probably 30 seconds it is going to be rubble.
Okay, so
And you've already made the check, so you essentially can describe the situation, how you do it.
okay, so I hear screaming, and Brutus like if it's fucking Baywatch, rushes fucking in, sees the door, fucking goddamn 1-inch punch breaks the shit, rolls in there. The woman's probably screaming, not know what the fuck I am,
Is that a giant
unless
fucking
lizard folks, unless lizard folks are around here common. She might think I'm one of the
she
dragons.
sees a human. She sees her that broke the door in, and she's just like, "Please save my life!" Like she's screaming. Like
Okay, so then basically I grab her, put her on my shoulder, or actually no, I grab her, I kind of hold her like as if I was carrying her. You know how like not a kid, yeah, kind of like a kid, you know. But then I see that the way it came from is fucking in fire, so I notice a window and I fucking goddamn Metal Gear Solid fucking Leon break through the window, do a perfect roll. I have her bundled in, so she's fine and safe.
yeah. So you jump through this window as the building collapses, and like shards of glass are sort of like just sort of speckled throughout your fucking up and down your arms. But you know you held her in a way where she was she was able to avoid any damage from it, and you sort of just come to standing and just sort of flex, and the shards of glass just sort of pop out. Clearly not much damage done. You've been here before, and fucking and you notice that there's sort of like a small like crowd of people, like a solid like 20 something people saw you do that, and they just seem like pretty hype about it. And out of this crowd of people comes a man, and the man sort of like hobbles over a bit. He looks like he's got like a bum leg, and he runs up to you,
Yes,
and he just like standing next to you, like he sort of puts his arm like he clearly doesn't look like he has the strength to hold her himself. He's like a relatively like middle-aged guy, and he sort of just puts his arms around your arms and holds the woman, who at this point in your arms seems to have fainted. And he just like he looks up to you, and he says, "Thanks for saving my girl."
Like his younger, like his daughter.
No, it's his wife.
Oh
Alright.
shit. Anytime, man. Anytime.
And he sort of just like literally just like standing there, and he's just like gives you somewhere to put her down safe and tells you to go help other people.
Roger that.
All right, so that's what you do for the 2
Fucking
hours.
goddamn fire force in this bitch.
Did anybody hear
I'm
what I said?
I'm
He
awkwardly
said he had a
smiling
bum
as I-
leg.
Yeah, he has a bum leg.
You said that, and I was like, he asked to see your feet.
Oh damn! Please no.
But okay, so that's Dordan accounted for, Softail accounted for. We'll go back to you once everyone else has done Softail. Brutus, NG. So everyone else takes off to go like save people, and it is literally Calvira, Adam, and and Ronan in the because Ronan is played by Adam, but and Ronan in the square. Everyone else just took off, and it looks like a fucking a whole like like a whole like bunch of a whole bunch of emotions are going like across Adam's face. He looks angry, confused, upset, happy.
Horny?
He looks so confused, and like he like is just, you see all of that pass over his face, and then he just like clears his throat, and he's like, okay, we have this under control.
Yeah. I apologize for the quick send to an abyss. I'm sure it felt like a passing second for you, but as you can see, things are mostly handled.
As I can see, things are not as they were when you did that to me. The dragon is dead, everyone else is gone, and the city is burning. And he looks at you and he goes, why did you do that?
You see, the dragon was here for the lordships of the land. He may have had ulterior goals and more than just quashing some humanoid miscreants.
That's a good
And you thought I could not handle myself. You thought me incapable. You thought I needed to be coddled like some pop.
There was no intention of that. There was only intention of being able to save any more
Miscreants.
turmoil in a long time disgruntled land conflicts. You're already bringing order to this land. No need to play any unsafe angles when a catastrophic end could come to someone so important. You weren't here for it, but one of the summoned allies you have took a you technically died, right? Softail?
Yeah, you don't really know. Does anybody besides like not Ronan, excuse me.
Anyone
Jordan?
yeah, Ronan would know because Ronan knows what Breath of Life is.
Okay.
But anyone else might just think you didn't die and got healed.
Yeah. So,
The
yeah.
dragon already.
I feel like anybody that sees a man fall off a dragon at 500 feet is gonna assume they died first.
Yeah, that's fake fact.
You know the anime shit where someone gets thrown into a wall like by their back and their chest reverbs off the ground and they go and like 8 gallons of blood come out of their mouth. That's essentially what happened. So,
One of your summoned allies was quashed by this beast by a great fall. Need I say any more? If we were careless, that could have been you.
roll me a diplomacy.
Sure thing.
In theory, you're good at this.
Yeah, I get a plus 18 to that.
All right, sweet. That's a good roll.
Just getting my dice. Give me a sec.
Yeah, need notes.
Yep.
10 plus
What in the
18.
goddamn-
28. Okay, that's certainly enough.
I've broken the man.
He seemed furious, but he sees your point. And now that you pointed it out to him, he does feel like that as the fight was going on, the dragon was beginning to eye him in a specific way, and things could have been worse. But he says, do not do that again.
Yeah, Ronan laughs and goes, "Yes, I understand. It's I had a long time passing as well. That's how I've been able to stay so youthful in the time in between.
Right.
But that's another story for another time, I guess." we have a burning city to take care of.
Do you understand how strange it is to be one moment fighting a dragon and the next instant it's dead and no one's around? Do you know what that felt like? Never mind.
Probably.
Help the clerics, make yourself useful.
Well, you see, there's 2 dragons, so I saw one head in one direction.
Yeah, both,
I'm sorry,
both of
I
them were
saw.
going in the- yeah.
I saw the. Wait, who left? NG and.
NG,
I did.
everyone else, yeah.
So they're all. Actually,
So,
no.
Let
I
me
stay
move
with
who
Adam.
left. The dudes who left. There you go.
I stay with Adam. I do some lordship duties, I guess.
Okay. Then you see this. Adam, like, kind of doesn't seem to be making any kind of haste to do anything to save anyone in the city or anything. He walks
Fine.
up. He walks up to the let me get this fucking. So, there you go. He walks up to the corpse of the dragon.
Ben better
And-
not touch that fucking corpse before I skin it.
And he just looks down at it. And he just muses. And then he, without looking, just sort of waves Calvira over with a finger. And she just seems to respond to that. She walks over to him. And he just says, "Do you have any explanations for this?" And she nods. And he goes, "Good. Keep them in your head. You will have some explaining to do. For this is beyond me." And then he just sort of lays a hand on the dragon and sort of runs a hand over its neck. And then he just sort of says, "Rest." And then he just walks away from it. And then he and Calvira go throughout the city, doing their arcane bullshit to help people however they can. And you can contribute to that if you're sticking with them.
Yeah, I'm sticking with him.
Okay.
Trying to grow my name as a Jarl.
In what way would you? What abilities are yours, or skills, or whatever? How would you be trying to help people?
I mean, I have cure moderate wounds and cure serious wounds, so
So through like probably putting out fires and just straight healing.
yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
have stabilize and stuff, so yeah.
So you can roll me a single roll of whatever your highest level cure spell is.
To do it or to heal?
To heal. Like roll a roll of it, like as if you're healing someone.
Gotcha. So that's 3d8. A sec. 6 plus 2 plus 1. Oh, Jesus Christ.
9 plus caster level plus wait, yeah, caster level.
I'm
That's it.
10, so.
Okay. So 19. All right, sweet. You saved 19 people.
Cool.
Fuck.
It feels kind of bad knowing that it was equal to the roll you rolled now. Now I think about it, because you could have rolled so much higher. But fucking yeah. So you saved 19. Let's add that to the tally. All together, you guys all as a party saved 155 people.
Good to lead, not to heal.
Good job, team. Way to keep the average up.
Is there like, since you said that Dordan was hindered by the other clerics not listening to him, would he have any idea of how many more people he could have saved?
Not
if
exactly.
they listen. Okay.
It's essentially something like, you made your perception. You heard like a voice or two coming from a certain direction, but they were like, "Nah, we'll save more people this way," and you kind of just reluctantly leave that area to
Yeah.
go where you can be the most help. But like you're sitting there like, "Fuck, how many people? There could have been two unconscious people in there. There could have been a dog. Like you got no idea." And over the course, and you guys see Legion everywhere doing what they can, and it is notable that that each individual Legionnaire is relatively like, since the merging, they have become like individually a lot more powerful than they were before when you guys were normal here. So they're getting a decent amount done, and over the course of 2 hours, the situation is stabilized. None of the damage is repaired per se, except very minor stuff, but it is stabilized, where they're not actively putting out fires anymore.
I'm back.
They're not actively putting out fires anymore, not actively, but they're essentially looking for people they may have missed, who hopefully have survived the situation.
I must have missed. What happened to the third dragon?
You don't know
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
So
You don't know.
Oh,
so
okay.
now that we settled that, Softail, this is what you're doing during the 2 hours. So you're going to the lower district and you're doing what?
Well, on the way to the lower district. Well, I shouldn't just say just the lower district. Sure, I start my search, but I'm looking for where the fuck this third dragon is. As I am running through the city, off the rooftops, doing fucking Ezio Auditore shit that Softail does. I'm like on the prowl for like any like empty stands that anybody might be like selling potions, so I can just grab them and drink them as I'm going.
Okay, so anything that would have been selling potions or whatever would have been like destroyed.
Mm-hmm. So I'll be.
If you recall, there was like literally one other apothecary besides Eliana in the city, and that dude's shit was completely bodied. He is nowhere to be found.
I like the idea of the entire city's burning, then there's just a potion kiosk just
Potion
in the
seller.
middle of flames.
But specifically, you know what? No, hold up. This is Dungeons and Dragons. You find you get to the rubble of this location, because this spot was actually like a building. It wasn't a stall, and you can search the rubble. Roll a perception.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. DM. 23.
Okay, sweet. One moment. All right, you find in the rubble 3 vials.
This dude is looting.
Of
What?
You do a really quick go over. You find 3 vials.
Of what?
You don't know.
Oh, fuck me. Alright, fucking throw it in my pocket. If it don't look like a healing potion, then fuck it. Wait, what do I need to know what it is? What do I need to roll?
To identify potions is spellcraft.
I actually have spellcraft. I do have
You do?
spellcraft.
Roll it. The fuck?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it's not a like you don't have to have it trained to roll it though.
You don't? Yeah, then go ahead and roll it anyway.
19.
All right. Sweet.
Hey.
All right. Yeah. You identify all but 1. 2 of them are cure moderate wounds.
Hey, bet we check them bitches. Let's roll 4d8 plus 4. Nice. Now those are some good rolls.
Damn, higher than average. Sweet.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So 32 plus 34 is 68. No, 66. Cool. All right. Yeah. So anyway, I'm searching the city for wherever the fuck this dragon is.
Okay. So, as you're on the rooftops and running around and shit, roll me a perception.
25.
Meat. Okay, sweet. So you see like that. There's a ton of damage. The fire's blowing with the wind. There's evidence of buildings being destroyed by physical damage. There are claw marks in the rubble, like in the cobble of the roads and whatnot. And you notice that there's sort of like you see a pattern in it. That if you so you've identified that there is a pattern, and if you are adept enough, you can follow them. These are tracks. Roll survival.
Oh boy. I don't know how adept. I'm not very adept at this, but let's see.
All right. So you realize that there is a pattern, but it kind of is above you. And it just kind of seems like the dragon sort of fought its way generally from like the sort of east side of the lower district to the west side of the lower district, but you can't really tell exactly how or where. It just kind of looks like once you start moving, it kind of looks like there's damage and chaos everywhere. From the rooftops, you probably see Brutus's save when he jumps out of the window with the woman in his arms.
So where am I right now So right now I'm kind of lost, or not lost, but like I don't really know where to go from here.
You don't. Yeah, that's right.
Is there anybody around here that might have seen the issue?
Yeah, there's plenty of people.
I asked
like who are kind of just helping each other out.
I just kind of walk up to somebody. I'm like, "Did you see where the dragon went? Did you see where the dragon went?"
Someone looks at you. Like a lot of people were like, "Oh, what the fuck?" and they're just still running and shit. But you catch somebody and they're like, "Oh," you grab them like, "Where the fuck is the dragon?"
Yeah, literally.
And one of them just goes, It flew toward a eclipse and it vanished.
I was literally about to say, where am I in fucking relativity in regards
Einstein.
to Eliana's. Well, anyway, whatever. Yeah, I had the fucking eclipse.
All right, so you go toward eclipse.
I run towards eclipse. Is it? Yeah, describe the scene.
And eclipse looks pretty damaged. So eclipse is like a 2-story building, right? The first floor is like the lobby area plus all the rooms. There's like sort of an extra basement floor where there are other rooms, and the top floor has Eliana's office and a few other rooms that no one really goes in. There's probably her personal shit.
I have a feeling.
The top floor, like the roof is almost like just like half ripped off. There's a couple holes put into the structure. But generally, for the most part, Eclipse is fine, which is uncharacteristic of other buildings in the city.
Okay, so
yeah, it's still like standing pretty simply. It looks like enough of the foundation is there that it will continue to.
So I walk,
and you see that there's like a very large crowd of people who are sort of like being escorted out of the building by the tiefling who works the.
Ah, damn it! I was literally gonna say I kicked the door down right before I kicked the door and be like, "There's no way the tiefling's still at the desk, right?"
Yeah, no. He's not at the desk. He is like 20 feet away from the desk, escorting people out of Eclipse.
All right. Well.
And the people coming out of Eclipse look like completely undamaged.
Well, I assume these are the drug addicts. In that case, I'm just gonna walk in, and this guy, I assume, is gonna try to stop me, and then he's gonna look at me, and I'm gonna look at him, and he's gonna recognize me, and if he does, I'm gonna be like, "Remember me, bitch," and I'm gonna keep walking.
Yeah, he recognizes you, and then he puts a hand out to try to stop you. And
he looked at me.
and he's just like, what are you doing? Where are you going? Aren't you a hero or something? Go save people.
I don't even like really fucking. I don't care. Just keep.
You just brush past him.
Yeah.
And then he just goes back to doing what he's doing.
Go see fucking Eliana. I'm gonna knock at her door. Fuck it.
There is no door to knock on.
There is no door. I knock on the wall.
So you get to the stairs, and it's like you start going up the stairs, and there's like a point where the stairs break, and you have to like hop to the next section. And you're going up, and you get to the top, and the door is gone. The roof is mostly gone. Half of her room is like literally hanging, like it's literally gone. It looks like it could literally fall out of the building at any moment.
Is she in there?
Yeah. So
I knock on the wall.
You knock on the wall just like, because you remember the custom, like do not walk into her room without knocking. There's no door anymore, but fuck it. So she is like leaning against this, she's leaning like, she has like her desk is still there, but the wall entirely behind her desk, which you remember is where she kept a lot of her like good potions and shit, is completely blown out. And the roof above her is too. And she's like sort of on this like sort of unsteady ground. Her chair, like she's sort of in her chair, and she's doing the thing where like she's like her feet are on her desk and she's pushing the chair backwards.
Oh, okay.
Like where she's like, you know, doing a balance thing with it.
Yeah.
And she has a rabbit in her hands. And she has like a dagger.
Does she let me hit? Does she say anything when I knock?
And she has like a like a pipe in her mouth that she's sort of just like keeping in her mouth, like by pursing her lips. And then she's just like, to be, and then she like just cuts the rabbit a bit, and she's like, oh, not to be, and she cuts the rabbit again. That cuts it again is the fucking question. And then she looks over and she goes, and thank you for knocking, by the way.
I walk into the room and I go, I love what you've done with the place. Really gives it a more open floor plan.
Do not make jokes. So much of what I've researched is destroyed. I'm gonna have to start from scratch. Luckily, I have a great memory, but it's not that good. I'm gonna lose something.
I just kind of look at her, and I look at the rabbit, and I look that she's stabbing the rabbit. I'm like, I take it somehow, some way that is our dragon friend.
What? No. And then she throws the rabbit at you. And like to see if you'll catch it.
I just let it hit me straight in the chest.
So it hits you in the chest and lands on the ground, and it kind of just like is kind of like it goes to like hop away, but its like legs are fucking maimed. Like she's clearly, you look down and you see that she's like meticulously like sort of cut the sinew out of the legs, so like where they can still move but can't actually move it anywhere. And she's like, it's just a fucking rabbit.
I'm just. Alright, I feel bad, but Saltil just kind of looks at it fucking contempt.
Now, it was the dragon, though.
So would it, motherfucker. Oh. Yes, that's what I meant, I guess.
And she just stands up and she goes, I know what you meant. I'm just angry. What's our wise leader doing about this?
Well, me and your wise leader just finished killing a fucking big fucking dragon in the town square. I'd say in reference to the one I'm wearing on my skin right now, it's about I'd say 5-6 times the size.
Bigger. Noted. And then she leans the chair all the way back and just like fucks up her balance a bit. Hits the fucking floor and like the entire fucking upper floor just goes it just shakes and some dust falls. But it doesn't collapse. And then she stands up.
I take a step closer. As I take a step closer, I stomp out the rabbit.
All right, so you stomp the rabbit, and it's like you stomp it, and you pull your foot back up, and it just squeals and it's still alive.
Do it again until it dies.
It would take probably like 30 stomps.
It's like flat hitting.
So it's like one of those things where like I try to end it quick, and then like it doesn't die, and then I do it like one more time, thinking it's gonna die again. It doesn't die. Like every time I do it and it doesn't die more, I get more and more pissed off. I'm hitting it harder and harder and harder until it just dies.
All right, so when you're halfway through that, like once you get halfway through, after each stomp, she's like, stop, wait, hold on, wait. You just keep stomping it out.
I'd say I'd stop it at like 4 more times after she says that.
Okay, and she's just like, I turned him into a rabbit, but it still has its vitality. So this would be a difficult job. But I can, well, turn it off. So the way I see it, we have a hostage.
I see.
Interesting.
And how exactly did you manage this? And I like pick up the rabbit. It's like pretty maimed corpse at the not corpse, but body at this point.
And she just looks at you and she goes, "It's above you. Do you have spellcraft or magic or knowledge arcana?"
I do. I don't.
Alright.
Sorry, that's the wrong character.
I say that'd be so random. Okay,
I have
fucking
history and religion.
So she says it's above you, and that's kind of all you really get from her.
I look very annoyed at the fact she said above me. Like one of those things, like I look at her like my eyebrow twitches. Like that very fucking much annoyed me. But it is what it is. I say, so I go right, and then I guess I just kind of leave the rabbit be. Like,
Yeah,
so,
she would just hold a hand out for you to get it back to her.
yeah, I throw it back at her.
And then she stabs the rabbit like 3 times with her dagger, and like it is like there are holes in it, but it's still alive. And then she just rolls her eyes, and she goes, "I'm going to present this to the Emperor. Care to join me?"
Shrug my shoulders, I might as well.
And she nods, and you guys go and do that.
There's like something collapse in the fucking room, like as we walk out.
Yeah.
like one of those things where just like like a shelf falls over or something.
Yeah, literally, as you're walking out, her fucking like the spot where she was leaning, like the wood just falls in, and just her desk just rolls off out of the side of the second story and hits the ground outside, and she's just like, "Fuck!" She just punches the wall and keeps walking.
Okay, yeah, I'll join her, going back to the town square.
So, the 2 hours pass.
I'd be like bullshit with her on the way back, like, I guess like, what have you been up to since last seen you? Anything new? All that bullshit.
Well,
just make it small talk. You don't have to like fucking RP this.
Okay, then the things that she would say are that once she gained like a license and became a legitimate establishment, business got better and everything was great. Then this happened. Now she has to rebuild. And it's not that she has a lack of funds, but there's probably going to be a lack of labor to do it. She's going to have to get creative, which is probably going to involve breaking the law.
Very cool.
And she asks what you've been up to.
I kind of tell her I've been bullshitting around, doing my normal training, and then I kind of like, I don't tell her like the idea of the whole organization, but I just tell her like I've taken on some students. That's basically, I'm like just trying to, I don't really go much further into that unless she digs into it.
Nope, she just says, "Then I hope you're a great teacher."
Cool.
And there's definitely a lot of sarcasm there, and she clearly does not have faith in your ability to teach anyone anything. And you guys keep it moving. So you guys get to the and you're literally walking through the burning city, and she does not really have any like she's not running around trying to save people. She's like, that's not my fucking job.
Yeah.
And she just like keeps walking, and eventually you guys get to the council building, which is also very, very damaged. Way more so than her spot. But it is still like has the fundamental foundations of a structure, so it can be recognized as what it is and probably still used for a similar purpose. And she kind of just leans against the wall. And this is like 35 minutes into the 2 hours, and she just leans into the wall and she goes, "Now we wait."
I suggest to her that last I saw Adam, he was at the corpse of the big dragon. If you want to go check that out,
He'll be here eventually.
Fair enough.
And then the
I'm gonna
city
go
is
back
literally
to- I'm
burning
gonna
around
go-
her.
Well, she's doing that. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go check out the corpse real quick.
All right, so
When
When you
you
get to the-
I make a quick pit stop at the corpse, make sure the corpse is still there, nothing's happened. After
yeah,
that,
corpse is still there, and no one else is there though,
all right, cool.
outside of a few like gazing bystanders
I
who are
go
too scared
to
of
the
the corpse.
I head
Why
to
they
the
gotta be
shop
gay?
that made me my cloak right now to make sure it's still standing.
It is not.
No!
It
Like
is
I literally
complete-
have this moment where I'm sitting on top of the rooftop and I'm literally like, no!
Yeah, it is completely destroyed, and you don't know if the two individuals who like worked there was the main guy and then he had his apprentice. You don't know if they're alive.
I need to see. I need to investigate. I'll do a quick 15-minute investigation to see if they're alive.
You don't find any evidence of bodies being here, but that could be because they're fucking ash, or because they got out.
I hold the rubble in my hand and I take a name and say, I sniffle. I go, there is still hope. And I go back to Eliana.
Sweet. Alright, so you're waiting there, and eventually, you guys, like I said, 2 hours go by, situation stabilizes, X amount of people are saved, X amount of people are not, and what do, like, each of you do once, like, the situation seems to stabilize, I suppose? You weren't given any orders to go anywhere in particular.
I don't know. I mean, Dornan probably helps out as much as he can. He probably expects that if he needs to meet with Adam again, Adam will send someone to him rather than him having to go to him.
That's fair. Okay, so he's just kind of with the clerics, seeing if they need anything else. Seeing
I
what
don't
the
even know if
situation-
he's with the clerics. I think he's just going where he thinks he's needed and doing what he can.
Okay, got it.
Whether
Okay,
it be like providing first aid or repairing buildings
like to
and
those who
doing...
lived, etc., etc. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. What about you, NG?
He would
Sure.
probably make his way back to Calvier's estate if it's standing.
Okay. Calvira's estate is like standing decently so. And you can't really tell why because everything around it is kind of destroyed. But it just it just seems like that on top of one, some magic that was just sort of there, and two, it kind of just didn't have a lot of people there, so it wasn't kind of wasn't a big target. It has
Right.
taken medium amounts of damage, kind of similar to the to Eclipse.
Okay.
When you go there, you would find Veshna sort of like sitting on the stoop.
Is Calvier back?
She shakes her head. She looks
How you
surprised.
doing?
She just shakes her head.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be at the dragon if she comes back.
She stands up and nods, and she says, "Let's go then."
Yeah, yeah. Come on. Yeah, I was inviting you. Come on. And then he just kind of rides on.
And you guys have like this awkward like walk where like she's walking and you're just kind of trotting along. I don't know if White Claw's still a bird or not.
No, I don't think he's a bird
yeah.
anymore.
And you guys head back toward the square. And eventually, if you're back in the square, Adam and Calvira and Ronan do come back. These heavy pauses are because I'm sending my mom the Wi-Fi. I'm looking for it. One moment.
How dare he stutter and
He's
break
trying
my
to find the
immersion.
Wi-Fi. Wait till he learns about it.
There we go. Alright. I don't know what she's mad about right now, but she's cursing in the kitchen. Alright, hold up. Let me send her this.
You do have filled my water. Be back.
Yeah, you're good.
Jamil, when I'm repairing the city, I'm probably going to be using like my domain power, so I can give like an actual estimate of like how much I'd be doing.
Oh, sweet.
Because
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
because essentially he just does Artificer's Touch is just like mending at will using my cleric level as my caster level. So the like one object of up to 1 pound per level, so like 10-pound objects like bricks and buildings and shit like
Okay.
that. And then I can
Alright.
cast that 12 times.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I guess it depends on like where you'd want to focus that. Like if you put that effort into like any.
It'd mostly be in
area.
like the foundation of buildings, like buildings that are on the verge of collapse, like just to make sure that things stay up and like
Yeah, so they're more easily
structures can be
repairable.
rebuilt.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do that, and there's like
And
a
it's
substantial-
1d4 hit points to the object each
Yeah.
time. You want me to roll 12d4?
No, you're good. Fucking.
All right.
I also want to add that Ronan is restoring corpses that
Oh my god.
are like burned up and mauled and stuff.
Oh,
Power
I guess
It's
that
a
would
good
make it easier
thing.
to identify.
Yeah,
Bro.
exactly.
Yeah,
You
that's
better-
actually
you
a
better
very.
bring- better
That's
follow
way
my
less
lines
fucked than I
shit.
originally thought it was. That's actually
Yeah,
not
right?
a bad idea.
What I miss?
Okay,
Good
sweet.
guy, Ronan.
So, Adam, Calvira, and Ronan sort of meet back in the square by the body. NG and Veshna, you guys show up there. And Adam is just kind of like, well, the Legion is finalizing things, getting things secure and in order. There are things that must be discussed between those who matter. Each of you matters, and I want you to be there. We're going to finish our discussion that was so rudely interrupted, and we are going to discuss other things. Your attendance is mandatory, at least this time. I will see you in what remains of the council building. And he walks off.
Is the council building still like up?
Yeah, it's like to the northwest. You can just go there. It's not a huge deal.
It's not like rubble or anything.
Look,
And
I found
the rest of you, you like Dorden, and literally Dorden. That's it. Oh, and Brutus. You guys like eventually like
Literally.
member of the Legion just comes up to you, says Adam wants to talk to you in the council building. Go there. You can go there if you want.
Sure.
What am I else gonna do?
Once I'm finished
Anyway.
up mending shit, then yeah, I'll head over there.
All right, sweet. So, you guys show up. Dorden and Brutus show up a little bit later than everyone else. And Adam's sort of just like, so everyone outside of Dorden and Brutus show up like first, and Eliana and Softail are already there. They're just sort of leaning against the wall, and fucking. And Adam just looks at Eliana, and he's just like, hello, I don't believe Who are you again?
I point to the rabbit and I go, I found the dragon.
And he just raises his eyebrows and he looks at Eliana and he goes, "You do that?" And she nods and takes a fucking hit of her pipe again. Doesn't say a word to him though. And then he just goes, "Then you are also a part of this discussion."
That just makes me think of the fucking bong hit. It's like, now I gotta go save the arbiter.
Okay, but yeah, so he sets up in there. The inner area has like sort of the dome on top is sort of like has holes in it, so like the sunlight is sort of cutting in like ways that are kind of annoying. Like you probably don't want to stay at a certain point because like as the day goes on, the sunlight moves. It might just be in your eyes randomly. It's like hella annoying. But he waits. Nothing said until nothing said until Dordan and Brutus show up. But the people who are there now, sort of just in the room when you guys walk in is this really tall fucking lizard folk. And when you guys walk in, Adam just goes, "I am so sorry, I honestly forgot you were here." And then he just looks and he goes, "We had an appointment. I respect your tardiness, but I keep mine." And he's just literally in the room, just sitting on the floor. And then he stands up when everyone walks in and just kind of goes and leans against the wall.
Is this the one that Raph talked to?
Yeah, it's Gaius.
Yeah.
And freaking but yeah, so he does that. Everyone, time goes by, and Dordan and Brutus show up.
What's good?
So when Dordan and Brutus walk in, Gaius looks to you, Brutus, and he says, "I did not expect my appointment to be, well, interrupted by dragonfire. It seems that this place is not the paradise I thought it, that it has its own issues that clearly run very deep."
You gotta work to keep it tight.
"That you do. But I am far less eager. Well, he doesn't say eager. He says, I'm far less confident in, I'll keep my mouth to myself. That might be too abrasive." And he just sort of keeps leaning, and Adam just looks at him and he goes, "Yes, I know we had an appointment. I will get to you later."
Oh, what are you doing tomorrow night?
And he goes to start talking. And just to be clear, the people who are in here, it is Adam, Elvira, everyone in the party, Eliana, and Gaius. And the rabbit. So the first thing that Adam brings up is that he suspects that the Legion, doing their due diligence, will likely have a total casualty count sometime later in the day, and that he sent word for Occam to be here too, but he has not shown up yet, understandably so. And he would start off by saying that he's going to pick up where he left off with your previous conversation, and except now he sees even more need for the group of individuals that he was speaking of, and he wants a sort of show of hands for people who are interested, and that he will consider the great help that you guys each did to the city and the prowess you showed in fighting the dragon as evidence enough of your ability, and you will be inducted on the spot.
What's gonna be the new name for this group, just in case?
He tells you that. Actually, wait, I forgot. I had a whole bunch of notes about the name. So he'll actually say this. No. So he says that the group is going to be called Vishaku Draka, And he says that that translates roughly to wings of the dragon. And he says that of all the parts of a dragon, the wings are the only ones that serve sort of multiple varied purposes. They're weapons, they are flight, they are the reason dragons cast a shadow over you when they fly over you and sort of give you that fear. Dragons use their wings to warm their eggs. The wings of a dragon have a lot of different purposes, as will the group. And he's... Go on.
I interrupt. By donning this name, would we be upsetting any existing groups? Any old groups, perhaps?
I hadn't thought of that, I'll admit, but I don't very much care, one way or another.
Just looking for information.
Are there any groups I should be in mind of that might be insulted by this?
I mean, by using the same name?
No, this is entirely an original idea. You are meant to be a more versatile substitute to Bahamut's Bastion. Bahamut's Bastion was a war utility. That is the purpose that they served, more akin to a dragon's maw or its tail. You are going to be akin to the wings. Versatile, multi-purpose. You will cast my shadow.
Yo.
So, just can you re-say again the cool name, not the really retarded one?
What do you mean? Which one's
The
the retarded one?
translation or the actual?
The translation.
Oh, so the translation is Wings of the Dragon. Spelled like this in Draconic.
Oh, Ruda's knows it. He can.
Oh, but I will say that
But,
like Dragon Draconic and like Lizard Folk Draconic, it's like Spain Spanish and fucking like Hood Spanish. It's like slightly different, but yeah, you'd be able to you know what it meant.
You just call South America the hood.
No, but that was his pitch for what the group should be called. That was his idea for it. If anyone has qualms with the name of the group, say it now or forever hold your peace.
I say we named it. This is just me in real life right now. Have y'all ever seen the movie Tropic Thunder?
Well, I don't care what you in real life thinks. What does Brutus say?
Have y'all ever seen the movie Tropic Thunder?
That's what Brutus.
You have to be a flaming dragon.
Yes,
We are
yes.
flaming dragon. I say we are flaming dragon, and we do not negotiate with terrorists. Okay.
No.
Dordan would just be drinking the whiskey from his canteen, and he would just raise his hand. He wouldn't really say anything, but when he says like raise a hand, who would be interested? He just does that.
Okay. He nods and he looks to everyone else.
I feel like we could wait. So it was Wings of the
Essentially,
Dragon.
yeah, that is the name of the group. It is probably going to be referred to more by its actual name in Draconic.
Which is again?
Vish Aku Draka.
Vish Aku Dragon.
It's in the chat.
Put in the chat, and they will probably be referred to just as the VAD.
The what?
The
VAD.
What are we, a motherfucking military loan organization?
Yes, yeah, you guys are literally the FBI.
No, that sounds no, not the FBI. We literally sound like fucking the fucking veterans fucking
Yeah.
loan association.
If you see fucking edge runners, you guys are fucking medvac or whatever, the dudes you pull up for the cyber psychos. But yeah, you're a group of individuals that are given specific tasks that vary anywhere between espionage and murder, and just walking up and doing and killing people or fucking doing war shit, all for the good of the realm.
Quick question: besides getting a cool badge for it, what else can we get to? Are we supposed to be more like an incognito group, or are we supposed to be more of like a?
All skills are welcome. They're different. They're going to be different. Like he intends to expand this eventually, so the name is more known. You each sort of represent a particular skill set that he wants in it that may be expanded upon. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, you guys are going to have a salary for just by virtue of being on call, and you'll be paid on a job by job basis.
What are the benefits?
What are the benefits?
Dental?
There's dental.
401k?
You pay into the healthcare, but it's good. Fucking.
Do I get a military discount at Eliana's Eclipse?
Well, she's licensed now, so probably I don't think she'd be able to deny that if it's mandated. But point is, you guys are gonna have a salary by virtue of of being on call. Like if you are called, you have to show up. Like
It's the National Guard.
you can't be like no. Like you have to show up. Fucking that is part of why you're not mercenaries. You're not hired by the job. You're not just. This isn't a job board. It's like you are committing to for a decent amount in the future, at least until a lot of the realm's problems are settled. You are on call to settle specific issues that only you can deal with.
Just to clarify, there's an Ashterra 401k and an Ashterra Roth IRA.
Shut up.
Yeah, when I
Who
want to retire, I want to be the fucking king of the Foullands or whatever the fuck it is.
But it is emphasized though that like you expect, like you guys are like the Avengers essentially. Expect to be called upon like occasionally. Like it's not like every day, but when you are called upon, it's gonna be probably pretty intensive.
Damn, I was just about to make a Suicide Squad joke too.
But yeah,
What
so
are we,
who
some
wants
kind
to
of
be a part of
Suicide
this and who
Squad
says
2?
fuck that?
I love how he gives us the option, knowing well that what the fuck are we gonna say?
No, entirely. I fully expect half of you to do that.
You expect half of us to say no to this?
Literally, yeah.
This man be writing too many plot lines.
I
All
really
right.
do.
Softail says
This
no.
guy.
This
Rowan
fuck-
says
What do
yeah.
you? What does Brutus say?
Skull.
Brutus waits for anybody else to talk first.
Oh my god, you loser.
I
Alright,
say Skull.
Skull? The fuck does that mean? Is that like Asgardian for fucking yes or no? What
Yeah,
is-
it's like
I think it's,
cheers,
I think
yeah.
it's Swedish.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I guess you could.
You
No,
say
it's-
Norwegian.
He
I'm gonna
said
slap you.
raise a hand. This
no, it's not
transcends
Norwegian.
language.
Oh, we're saying raise the
But-
hand?
Yeah, if you're...
Oh, okay, fine. So I raised my hand, but I also raised my other hand and asked,
Yeah,
do we
I
get a cool hat?
raise my hand.
He says if you wish, there's that you will have a logo by which people will know you by. But and you can brandish it however you like.
It's pretty cool.
All right.
Kenji says no.
NG says no. Okay, so we got Brutus. We got fuck.
So
we
yeah,
got
I'm
we
going.
got Dorden.
Angie says no. Wow, I'm surprised. By
NG
that.
says no. Yeah. So what about you, other guy, Softail?
Softail sits there with his arms crossed as like everybody like gives their answers, and he requests to speak in Adam in private about it.
Is that a yes maybe or a no maybe?
It is a yes, maybe.
All right, I'll note that mentally. But we have other things to discuss currently, so I will hear you after this.
What do we have to discuss?
All right, so he sort of puts his arm out, like his hand up, and goes to give Calvira the floor. And as he does that, what like the doors sort of just like burst open, and Occam walks in, and he is just like covered in soot, and he looks very, very gassed. And he says, "Just here to report. Roughly 475 people are dead that we know of. We are still counting. Ifringar's population is roughly 11,000. 475 and counting is a sizable percentage. The Legion is doing their job. Someone has to. And things are being dealt with. I am going to contact some people I know in Lakesh to get us, over the course of the next month or so, some better defenses and get a situation like this. But I must ask, Adam, in your great wisdom, why did you hesitate to strike the dragon? Why, when it had already shown that it was a threat and willing to kill us, did you even for a moment entertain a conversation? Please enlighten me. And he doesn't even look mad, he just looks tired. And Adam just sort of looks at him, and he's just like, I will not call your... I'll be as respectful as I can when I say this, but Dragons are powerful. I knew I couldn't deal with it easily, so I kept diplomacy as an option in case, so that I may potentially deal with it with as few casualties as possible. Had I struck it immediately, things could have gone different. I like not to immediately exhaust all of my available options. You would do well to know that. You would do well to live the same. Thank you for your report. You do good work. And Occam just sort of nods. And as he's leaving, he just sort of like eyes at him. There's like a lot of malice, but he clearly doesn't have the energy to do this. And he looks at Veshna with a lot of malice too. And then he leaves and goes back to tending to the city and doing his thing. And then Calvir's just sort of frozen, and then he just kind of goes, he just sort of snaps his finger and he goes, Cal, you have the floor, as I said. And she nods. And she says, when the dragon attacked, it spoke and mentioned that we had something that belonged to it. That is, likely an item that I have in my possession. Some time ago, I led an expedition, and I retrieved a red shard of some ancient magic item that I wager in some way, through use of the proper catalyst, has the ability to control dragons. I have reason to believe multiple exist, that any of you who are in the Foullands encountered one yourself. The one that was in the possession of that elf who got away. And the sword that he has is likely the catalyst. It is something I've researched, and it is a relatively old and powerful item. I do not know where he found it or how he came into possession of it. But it is a blade called Virkurigna, which is draconic, but it's old. It loosely translates to an old draconic colloquialism meaning bend the knee.
An arrow to the knee?
What'd you say?
Oh, I said an arrow to the knee.
And she says, I don't know everything about it yet, but it was used by someone or something to keep them under control. The chromatic dragons, that is. I have found rumors that a sister sword exists that has something to do with metallic dragons, but we have yet to see a metallic dragon. So I do not know how much it is worth putting effort into that end. What is worth putting effort into, though, is the shard that I already have. It is very volatile without its catalyst. It absorbs very quickly any magic within range of it, within very close range of it. I can pick it up with a mage hand for all but a few seconds before it fizzles. I've created an apparatus that can contain it, but the apparatus must be constantly fed with magic energy so as not to destroy itself. Thus, the shard can't be moved anywhere. Something I've been looking into over this past year is how to make use of this so as it can actually be a weapon for us. And that is something I am going to need help with. There are some materials I need in various different places that will not be easy to acquire. All so I can try things. This is all on my educated hunch. It is entirely possible that your efforts bear no fruit. but I think I think them important regardless. And she just sort of bows her head and just takes a step back. And then Adam goes, and that, for those of you who intend to be a part of the VAD, will be your first mission. To help Calvira acquire the materials she needs to hopefully allow us to manipulate and control any red dragons we come upon, either in part or in whole. That would prove doubly useful in that we could control them when they attack us, and we can use them as weapons against our enemies. Are there any questions?
Has anyone tested it yet?
No, they have not, as it does not yet exist.
Oh, I guess I tuned in at a bad time. I thought we were talking about the crystal.
Yeah, it exists, but she explained that it has like a specific catalyst that sort of uses its power, and that she does not have that, so she's trying to MacGyver a version of it herself, but that she's gonna need materials that are gonna be hard to gather. And that's where you guys come in.
Well, if this is what we need to do if this is our first calling of the Ashvengers, then I say we should Avengers go.
Does anyone else have anything to add on that front?
I kind of like facepalm at that pun.
Or are we more or less in agreement?
I gotta talk to him, but
He's got you pegged as a yes, maybe.
Jordan nods.
Excellent. So he says that you guys will be receiving details on that in the coming days.
Jordan holds up his canteen. He says, my lord, will you be offering us some lodging?
He nods. He says that he was in the process of having a special sort of headquarters built for this group, but as he did not know if the group would even have any members, it's kind of just schematics, but that he expects that to be done now that it's been put on hold for a bit as the rest of the city needs to be repaired, probably within 6 or 7 months.
Roger.
And that will be a place where you can always have lodging, and it will have facilities that allow you to train in a little bit in whatever specific abilities you guys have. It's meant to accommodate everything. You guys will have your little Pokemon Mystery Dungeon secret base. And things that happen after that. Eliana speaks up, shows the rabbit, and says, "This is the fucking dragon. Turned into a rabbit. Beat the shit out of it a bit. It's wounded. Don't know how much more it has to go, as it's hard to gauge how strong it is. Like how durable it is when it looks like a fucking rabbit. And that should they come to, she's like taking like puffs of her fucking pipe during all this, and she says it's essentially that should they come in, should they like have the ability to create a housing for this thing where they can like keep it under control, she can the spell lasts, it's permanent, and she can dispel it whenever, and so you know, they essentially have a hostage, and that it is a dragon that you could investigate. It isn't intelligent enough to be interrogated, but that's not her job. Do with it as you will. But she expects that you know, she gets a little bit more respect around here, and she leave the rabbit with NG.
Me?
Yep. She walks up to you and she puts the rabbit in your hands. And then she says, and she just leans in. She's like, listen, about your problem. I was so close to fixing it. I swear. But I lost my research in the attack, and I'm gonna have to start from scratch. You can last like another year or two, right?
Right, you can't get your dick on.
A single tear just like goes down his face. Yeah, it's you know, clear. I've had a real clear mind lately.
Good.
It's
Excellent.
been beneficial, really.
I am
Not
so
upset
sorry.
at all. No. It's preferable, really.
Is it really?
No.
Alex, check your DMs.
At the time, I was of the mind that, well, you agreed to
Roger.
it, you knew the risks, but then it hit me that you did not know the risks at all.
No, you didn't
So
tell me the risks.
because I did not know the risks.
Yeah.
So
It's almost like you used me as a guinea pig.
a guinea pig who consented for that, you know, there were potential rewards, but it hit me
Well.
that an understanding that a consequence may happen in a pool of consequences that are not specific is no understanding at all, and I apologize. Now that being said, would you like to try something else?
Try what?
Well, something else I've been working on that is equally as dangerous as the thing you took before, with
Is it
equally as
going
vague
to
consequences.
kill me?
Death shouldn't be a consequence, but even if it is, I'm sure we can deal with it. If you die, I'll pay for that out of my own pocket.
You know, back when I was a young boy, my old grandpapa used to tell me. He had an old saying. He said, "Your dick can't quit working twice."
He was a wise man, but so painfully incorrect.
So are you gonna like? Does it pay or like? What's the deal here?
Well, the deal is that I'll pay you a little bit for, well, putting your life on the line. Wait, I mean, not your life on the line, but putting, you know, there are undisclosed consequences that I do not know. But there will be potentially permanent benefits, should it succeed. That I do not know the exact specifics of, but I have a hunch it's above you.
I'm a gambling man.
And she nods. And that is all just sort of a whispered conversation that happens between you two, fucking, as she hands you the rabbit, and she goes, "All right, I have trusted the rabbit to your trusted."
He just leans in. He's like, "I'm gonna ride this dragon."
And then she just sort of struts off. And Gaius was just sort of waiting patiently, and he just is acknowledged by Adam, who just sort of like gives him a nod of like, "We will discuss your situation in private."
Before, is it feeling like we're starting to wrap up this meeting?
Mhm.
Before we do that, Jordan would have probably been sitting there listening, but he's kind of like stroking his beard, like he's clearly in thought. If anyone had paid attention to him, and he would motion to Adam and would say, my lord, if you'd consider, I had a person that might be a good recommendation for the VAD.
Who's that? Do they have proven abilities?
Indeed. The foe that we had just encountered, that red dragon, I had fought a similar beast only a few months prior, and this man had led the charge alongside me. His name is Tenzin Rockwell.
Oh, is that what he DM'd you about? What the fuck? I genuinely had no idea what you were talking about.
Thank you, Alex.
Oh no,
Tenmar's canon.
I have a payment plan that I send money to Scriff Tenvar every year. He has like social security, but it's just with me.
He's got disability. But yeah, so Adam looks at you and he says, Your abilities are certainly proven, but your judging character is not. But you are free to bring this individual along with you on your mission, and should they then prove themselves, they can be inducted as well."
Jordan nods and he says, "Well, looks like I'll have to go find the post office."
Good one.
He chugs more of his fucking whiskey.
Alright, sweet. Okay, so we have 2 things left to deal with.
Hey, folks, wait. Fuck, I gotta take a shit. All right.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna do your thing first.
Yeah,
I guess I
do
won't.
whatever you have to do first. I'll be back.
Okay, I was literally about to. Okay.
Nah, I have to shit. I've been trying to hold it in this entire time.
All right, so, Softail, what did you have to say to him? And if it must be in private, it can be.
Yeah, I prefer it in private.
First, Inji would stand up in front of everybody,
Oh God.
and he would just. What, is this bad?
No. Like you never done this before, so I don't know what he's gonna do.
Pull out
Oh.
a brick, black
No, you just say,
stick.
Adam. He's like, I mean no disrespect, but I will fly your banner in the future. Just since I've joined your company, I've seen nothing but death.
There would likely be more. I understand. Should you ever have a change of heart, again, your abilities are well proven. If you ever have a change of heart, you are welcome to join. Just know that once you do, it's for keeps.
Absolutely.
Should you ever find yourself lying awake at night without purpose?
Finch? The fuck?
That raises a few eyebrows in the room. Like you're like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? Like, what the fuck? All right, Socrates. But yeah, so he says that and he understands. No ill will. All right, so right, Softail, your thing. You can. Well, he will be by default averse to the private conversation. So roll me a diplomacy.
Oh,
Real quick, while he's rolling that, is the rabbit still like fucking maimed?
Yeah, like it's got a lot of. It's like
21.
fucking big. Yeah, big time. She puts a bloody rabbit in your hands.
He would just fucking be feeding it health potions to fucking heal it.
It's taken like probably half of the dragon's HP and damage between Softail stomping it out and her fucking cutting it up.
I just wanted to be able to walk again.
Yeah, a few potions would do that. It could walk again.
Question about that: is that just like your specific task, or is that like are we as a group monitoring this dragon?
He's stealing this rabbit.
Yeah. Eliana gave him the fucking rabbit as an opportunity to whisper stuff to him, but her general like idea you get was that hi, I'm giving this to the party that you trust to do with what you want them to do.
Oh, yeah.
And Adam essentially comes to the conclusion like, all right, yeah, like we'll figure out a way to house and trap this thing. Maybe potentially it could be a use for like once they have a working prototype of whatever they want to use to try to control them. Maybe there could be a test dummy, fucking something like that. But essentially, he wants to keep it around as a hostage. In the meantime, it's just a rabbit that he's gonna take care of it.
Got it.
Damn, I'm gonna have to make a real deal with this rabbit.
And he would probably like because it's relevant, I guess, explain how baleful polymorph works, and that he isn't sure, but just seeing how it's moving. He gets the vibe that the dragon has lost its intelligence as part of the spell.
No.
So like,
Wait, really?
Good? Or...
Yeah, no, not for good. Just like it's entire like
Well, it's a rabbit. It's just a rabbit.
Yeah, baleful.
I
Yeah, it's
can
just
cast
rabbit.
permanency.
Yeah, no, but it's permanent by default. Baleful polymorph, and it has 2 conditions: a fort save and a will save. And the fort save turns you into the creature, but the will save decides whether or not your mental changes as well, and you become the actual creature. If it had made the will save but failed the fortitude one, it would be a rabbit with the mind and like thoughts of a dragon, and it would actually still retain some of the special abilities that dragons have and actually be able to use them. So like it could still be dangerous as a rabbit had it not failed the will save.
Can
But
it
Damn, I wanted to read
can
its
she
thoughts.
dispel just the will?
Oh yeah, if you read its thoughts, it's just like the one intelligent equivalent of die humans.
Okay.
Is it? Can she dispel just the intelligence thing? Like it can have its.
No, the spell is like all together. So like when she dispels that shit, it's coming back a whole dragon. But
Okay.
that dragon is like decidedly weaker than
I mean, isn't it like the size of the one that we killed already?
No, it's actually smaller.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, the 3 dragons that were on the side were young. Knowing how old the main one is, the young ones might not have even had the same stakes. But you know, bigger red dragon shows up and you kind of do what they tell you to do.
Yeah, it's fair.
But yeah, what did
I rolled a 21.
on the diplomacy?
Yeah.
He will reluctantly agree.
Yeah. I'm in pots and pans.
All right, so what do you have to say to him?
Oh, all right, we're doing this. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess afterwards we meet in whatever office isn't blown up at this point to discuss. What we
He kind of just like pulls you like to a corner of the room that you guys are in that is like far away, but like the building is damaged enough where like finding a room is kind of hard, like a little bit, like that isn't kind of exposed in some way.
This is as far as it's gonna get, then so be it. So basically, I sit him down and I say, I basically give him the rundown. I'm gonna RP this, but I'm gonna tell you what he's gonna say. I'm basically giving him the whole rundown I messaged you earlier.
Okay.
But I will RP it just for the sake of.
All right, works for me.
So just so you know, in case I like fucking like forget something or I say something wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But so it's your offer is quite tempting, but I have some reservations about committing myself publicly to your cause.
It need not be public.
Then we are on similar terms. See, the way I see it is, you mentioned it yourself, that we are a versatile group. And that does what is, in quotations, best for the realm. And it seems to me that you sometimes what is best for the realm is not keen for the public eye.
That is correct.
So my offer for you is to run your covert branch of this organization, your Black Ops, if you will. I do not wish to carry your symbol, nor to be publicly recognized as a part of the organization, but I do wish, for some time, to carry out any unsavory tasks for the group, for the VDA or VAD.
He nods and he sort of just puts a hand on his chin and he says, that is a far higher demand than what I'm initially asking. But it gives you a level of autonomy that I imagine is desirable. Hold up, one sec, my mom called me.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I? Hey, Cooper.
Oh God, how did I know you were gonna say my name? I unmuted. I was like, "There's a disturbance. I need to unmute."
There's a disturbance. I can sense it.
All right, I'm back.
Fucking not gonna boost your server then. That was actually
But-
part of the question. That was part of the fucking question.
But he so he says that those are terms that could be desirable to you. And he says, I hadn't entirely thought of that, but it was an idea that did come to me once or twice. And your proposal is quite auspicious. Now, you have proven to me that you are a great many things. You are a powerful combatant, you are stealthy, you are nimble. You are hardy, certainly, after that fall you took. But you have not proven to me that Yeah, he saw you. He essentially is like, yeah, he just has no idea. He just kind of saw evidence of it. It probably was had it explained to him by Calvira, who probably didn't even notice you died. And then fucking he's like, but what you have not proven to me is that you are in any way a capable leader. So, on this mission, I would like you to prove that to me in some way.
What? Sorry. For what? For what?
I gave you a little red football. It's like a little squishy ball with my name on it.
Okay, for what?
Just it's a little squishy ball.
Oh,
It's a squishy ball.
thanks. Okay, now I have
Well,
a little red
that's
squishy
cool.
ball with my mom's
You know who
name on
doesn't?
it.
Anyone else? I mean, hey, that's kind of cool.
I guess.
If you look at it that way, it's kind of sweet, huh?
Yeah.
But fucking, yeah. He says that you have not proven to him that you are in any way an actual good leader and that you are capable enough to lead a group of people in these type of engagements. But that the idea is a sound one. And he will say that if you can prove in some way, I'm leaving this vague on purpose, it is entirely up to your discretion, and we'll see if your discretion matches mine. As will generally be the nature, to generally simulate the nature of the autonomous purpose you might have. You will have to make your own judgment calls and do what you believe is right, and that what do you believe I would believe is right, despite no direct communication. So on this mission, you are going to do something that I find satisfactory. To prove that you are a capable leader and capable of performing this role. Should you succeed, you shall have it. But should you fail, I will have your word that you will join anyway. In the same position as the others. To simulate the high risk, high reward nature of the position you will be taking. To be clear, should you fail and attempt to, well, get out of our deal, I will have your head. This time permanently.
What do you mean this time? What do you mean by that?
He just looks at you.
What does he mean by this time?
As in you've died before.
How does he know that?
Well, the first time was pretty, like, talked about.
Was it?
Yeah. It was a big deal.
Y'all bunch of snitches.
Anytime the quiver
I mean,
came
you
up,
were
they like,
literally
yeah.
charged through the streets, like on NG's
yeah.
back, and you ran to the church at 10 p.m. at night. We're like, get a priest.
Was he here for that?
He wasn't
No,
here for that,
but
but he's,
that
he's,
was like
he's
going
the
up and
king.
he's the emperor, and he's probably been debriefed about the disassembling of the largest thief guild in the damn region, and the conditions on which that happened. That's the reason you guys are notorious.
Man, you can't die twice and come back to life and not expect people to know about one of them.
The point is, you died before, and he's saying that should you try to weasel out of it, like if you accept these terms right now and then try to weasel out of it afterwards, like fail your mission and go, I don't want to join, he will find you and he will have your head. That is his promise. And you can call his bluff if you want and do it anyway, but whatever. Essentially, there is risk to the terms.
Right.
Should you fail, you're just like everyone else. That thing that Softail hates so much.
All right.
I don't want to be like everyone else.
Feel free to
I look
decline.
at-
This isn't bait.
This isn't. I mean.
Like I'm saying that this isn't one of those the GM is making you do the situations. You created a situation and I'm giving you an option. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Softail looks at him and equally fucking mean mugs him back, assuming he's mean mugging me.
Yeah, it's more like just a cold glare of like malice that like really hasn't like you haven't seen from him before, and it would send a shiver down your spine. Were you not so cool?
Were you not so cool? All right, you won me over with that one. All right, so I go to I reach out my hand and I go to shake it and I tell them I said what the fuck do I want to say here? I go, trust me when I say I am the person that you want in this position. I am the one who is willing to do the things that no one else is. I didn't see a single one of the others jump onto a dragon's back, and free fall 500 feet after slaying it in the air.
That is correct. And he will look at you and he'll say, and like he's looking at your outstretched hand, and he just looks you in the eye and just sort of has his arms crossed and he says, "I have your word then."
Yeah, I put my hand back behind my back, and I go.
Super.
Yeah, I burp
And
in his face.
when you pull your hand back, he says, "Should you end up with this position, we'll have no need for handshakes. Your word will be enough, hopefully. And I am quite confident in your ability to do the things that people would be a bit squeamish at. You've proven, but you've so far only proven that you are willing to do that for yourself, not at the behest of another. It's entirely possible that I order you to do things that are even beneath you, and in those situations you will do them anyway. We understood."
I look at him, I said, "You are right. I am quite selfish of myself, but there is one thing I pride myself very much on, and that is my word. And when I give you my word, I get things done. I may not like it, but they get done regardless. And I suppose you don't really care how much I care anyway."
No, I do. It is actually of great import to me. But do understand that there will be no need now or in the future for ever to be a handshake between us. Our word runs deeper.
I can't tell if this is like words of respect or words of he doesn't like
Do you have sense motive? I don't think it's that good anymore since you switched to charisma. But if you have it, you can roll it.
Sense motive. What the fuck is sense motive? I got 4 points.
All right, go ahead. That's not bad.
22.
All right, yeah. Hey, you get the vibe that he respects you, but you are kind of a variable that he wants to test. But that he is extremely curious.
Fair enough.
All right, sweet.
And he gets the vibe that, like, I guess I didn't really say it in person, but I would have been said that, like, the whole reason I want this anonymity and this autonomy is because this, for me, isn't, like, a forever job. Like, this is something I do. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and he would say that, like, you know, naturally it's not something you'll be required, that will be required of you all the time, but when he calls, he expects you to show up.
Cool.
All right, sweet. So you will have the creative liberties to try to prove to him in some way that you are capable of this job in any way that you see fit, on the mission that you guys go on to get stuff for Calvira.
Is this a series of missions that I have to test myself on, or is it just this one mission?
That depends on how you guys go about it.
I have students.
We're not gonna leave the kid in the cage.
Hopefully not this time. But so the last thing that we have to sort is Brutus, when Gaius goes to talk with Adam. Man, this new strategy is great. We're making such great time. But when Adam goes to talk with Gaius asks for you to be there.
Cool.
So Gaius sort of makes the pitch to Adam, talking about like he wanted it, like, gives him fine details as to like the existence of Athena and you know, the sort of culture of lawful and militaristic lizard folk that live in the swamplands. He describes in detail their power, a power that you have experienced firsthand, you know, being there for like half a year, and that they are a great strength and something that would be in Adam's best interest to have as an ally, and in Gaius's best interest to, you know, have them as an ally. And he would explain in detail that their Lord Caesar is for some reason trying to he is suddenly bending the knee to Vexaria, whereas he had been previously sort of like pretty against them or any type of subjugation in any way. He's suddenly like making points about like he's suddenly making like points about like their cause and their ability, and that seem a bit out of character for him, and that due to the militaristic nature of their culture, despite the fact that most people disagree with him, no one is saying anything about it. So he thinks that the best way to avoid the situation would be for the Empire to present more favorable terms to Caesar than Vexaria did, and hopefully, Caesar will see logic, and he will pick the right side.
And what does Adam say to this?
And Adam is skeptical, one, in the ability of the lizard folk that Gaius seems to claim that they have, and in whether or not Vexaria would even properly forge an alliance with them. He's just essentially skeptical of the situation. He doesn't believe in their ability. He doesn't even necessarily believe that they exist in the numbers that Gaius claims. And you see in his manner of speaking and sort of the way he addresses him that Adam seems to have some slight amount of prejudice. He's kind of talking to he's kind of talking to this guy like he's a fucking like mud rat. He hasn't talked to you that way, but you're a house lizard.
Hey. Whoa there.
Yeah, and when Gaius speaks common, he speaks in very slow, deliberately enunciated words, as if he studied it but hasn't used it a lot. Whereas you're just completely fluent. At this point, you've been around. When the game started, you'd have been rough with it, but you've been around people so much that you speak common better than you speak lizard folk at this point. So Adam sort of respects your say here. So would you say anything in particular to dissuade him off of any of the things he thinks?
Okay, first of all, can you pull up that map for me real quick?
Yes.
The world map. I'm gonna need that real quick.
Gotcha. I updated it a bit, but then I fucked it up and I haven't fixed it yet. Where is it? There we go. All right, is everything? All right, things are still in the correct place. Just everything else
That's
is
good enough for me.
Oh wait, no, I did fix it. Yeah, I did fix it. Never mind.
Oh wait, that's showing daytime travel now?
Oh yeah, it's had this forever.
Oh.
So if you want to know how far something is from something else, you just can do this.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
But it is fucked up in the sense that it's not to scale because I fucked up the movement a little bit. But don't worry about it. Things are in the correct spots though. These are the ruins of Pompeii in the south here, and the Athena is here, the top left. Whoa, it got bigger. Oops. There you go.
Okay.
Athena's here. Pompeii's here. So that's the distance. So what did you need to know about the map, and what does Brutus say in this situation?
I just need to have the map just as reference. So I'm gonna go to him straightforward, be like, okay, in my fucking lizard man voice, I know I'm not an expert when it comes to. Wait, why the fuck is there an echo?
I don't think it's an echo. I think it was just another noise that happened to be at the same time.
No, it was definitely an echo.
Oh, it was an echo? Oh, I didn't hear it. It might have been me. Say something again? Oh, it is? What the fuck? Say something?
Hello?
What the fuck? Oh god, no. Yeah, wait. No, the headset.
RP, the Arcus set.
Oh, the Arcus 7 wireless head. Oh no, dude, it's finally going. I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna mute and just unmute when you need to talk. Fuck, that sucks.
How the mighty have fallen.
Say what you need to say.
Okay. All right. So I know I am not an expert when it comes to politics and managing kingdoms and understanding potentially your bigger goals and pictures. But from the day I met you, I know that you're a man that has one goal, or not one goal. You're a man that has in his sights basically to bring back, was the kingdom before just Ashterra as a whole? Was that what it was called before?
Yep.
So you're someone that at one point this whole map was just all Ashterra, correct?
Yep, it was one big empire.
Yeah.
And then the emperor died, and then it became not that anymore.
I'm gonna try to go for a nerve here, but I could tell that you want to bring Ashterra back to its former glory. Now, I might not know all the details on how we could achieve that, but I can tell you that it's a step-by-step process. We have the main capital of the current Ashterra. We have secure Jajoros. We've probably will have the freaking foul land set too, after what we did.
Most likely.
Most likely. So that's where we like me having my presence there in our group there. You know, something that we're influential. We get shit done. And if I'm bringing this guy here, is because I've been with him for half a year. I trust him. I know what he's doing. He's a man that has goals. He knows how to lead. And we are currently proposing to you an idea that is the peaceful route. But him and I also have potentials of, if need be.
Oh no, it started again, didn't it? All muting again. Go.
If need be, we can peacefully convince Caesar, and in some way or form have an alliance with Kaleshria, and then in a soon most likely be under Ashterra once again. Or if need be, we would also, or potentially request for your help if it needs to be taken the hard way. We know how to take it the hard way, and be something guaranteed if you listen to him and you support him. So basically,
Fix this.
we can
I'm sorry. Hold up.
help you achieve your shit.
See if I can fix this. Just slammed it into the ground.
Oh my god. Is this still happening?
And
Yeah.
it's better now.
Sweet. Alright, it just needs to last today. Just buy another one next week. Alright, so, what do you think? So he looks to you. He looks Gaius up and down, and Gaius is very, like business. Like, he's very military. He's been disrespected in no small way just now, but he doesn't look phased by it. Kind of seems used to it. And, Adam hears you. And he says, do you really think that group of lizards, in whatever number they actually have, is so valuable to me that I should dedicate resources to it?
Just to clarify, based on the numbers and strength, because I know you mentioned that when I was there, I could easily observe that there were probably, if not the biggest power in the region, second biggest power, or tied to be biggest power in that region.
No, yeah, the lizards in Calestria are the biggest power in the region, as far as you're aware.
Yeah. All right. So I basically translate that again. As far as I'm aware, from everything I interacted with in those 6 months, the lizard folk there are the biggest power in that region, and I feel like it'd be in your best interest, easily in your best interest, in order to, progress your goals in a faster rate, to ally yourself with them or help us, set them in the right path to be properly, under control. You know what I mean?
Okay. So he says, I'll say again plainly, do you believe this a worthy dedication of my resources?
Hell yeah, it's better dedication than go on a crazy ass adventure to find a sword. This is guaranteed.
He nods, and he says, all right. You think it worthy of my resources? You shall be the resource. Coincidentally, Calvira had a number of locations narrowed down that could potentially be places for her to gather what she needs to potentially make this item that she is trying to make. One of them was in northern Calestria. Athena, in however much glory it actually has, is not that far off. So, also as part of your first mission, because I am kind, I will assign another task. As you can clearly tell, I have no amount of reverence for these people. and I have not seen their strength and has not been proven to me. I do not deem them a threat. But you do. And your decisions I do respect. So I will take your word for it and commit you as a resource. Deal with Athena as you see fit. You are my emissaries, yet again. But this time there are no rules. Diplomacy. You can convince this Caesar character. You can kill him. And Gaius like flinches at that. And he says, you could kill them all. But if Athena is going to supposedly be this great ally or great thorn in my side, I will leave it to you and your group to decide which they are. If they are to become a thorn, I will see them dealt with. If they are to become an ally, I will welcome them with open arms. But that is up to you. I'll explain those terms to Calvira, and you can explain the rest of that to your group.
This Adam guy really started getting my nerves.
Adam? Well, I can honestly tell Adam has been watching Game of Thrones.
Thanks, guys.
This shit been that from the start.
Well, I'm
Go on.
trying to. Basically, I nod with the iron. I understand. Do as commanded.
Tracking.
But basically, by him giving me this, basically, I can put his foot forward to Caesar, be like, hey, we have their backing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you guys are a higher, you guys have a higher amount of autonomy now, so, and he doesn't care that much about this, so he's giving you full control, and your group can deal with the situation however you want. Just, if they become a problem, deal with them. If they don't become a problem, if you think you can make them an ally, do that too. Whatever. You were in that place, you assess the people. Each individual person was a decent amount weaker than you. But they were stronger than average, but a decent amount weaker than you. If you guys all walked in together and just wanted to murder all of them, it'd be possible. You could probably just do that free. But that's obviously not what you're gonna do. But that's just what you're dealing with. You can deal with the situation as you see fit. And it will be a part of the mission to get Calvira's stuff. It'll be like a secondary objective.
I get it. But then in the back of my head, I'm basically telling myself, I don't want to be governor of ashes and bones. So, try to go the peace route if possible.
Yep. Cool. So now I have an idea of where that's gonna go. So you guys can do that as part of your thing. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Well, that's good now. I basically have my backing and shit, so I'll deal with that as one. Well, unless I talk to the gang about it.
Sweet. So when you walk out of the room, you guys are sort of walking alone down the hall back to the center room. And the room that I told Softail can't exist, but I for some reason decided it exists for you, but that's okay, don't worry about it. You guys are walking, and
he's bald.
Oh my god. Yeah, but you guys are walking, and Gaius looks to you, and he goes, that leader of yours, what is your opinion of him? Have you ever really stopped to think about it, or have you just been going with the flow?
I will say that so far he hasn't made a wrong choice. So far, everything that he's done, his choices have been good for the realm. Where I'm someone that I sit here and notice it. Where I've come from a background where I've seen where poor choices lead and where good choices lead.
And do you judge a man solely by his ability to make good or bad decisions? Do you hold that above his strength of character? Because his character is rubbish.
Sadly, I do. Sometimes you could hate a man, but if his decisions lead to the greater good,
for everyone to be happy. Then he can be miserable all he wants.
I'm inclined to agree. I believe that wise. And he just keeps walking. I tried to hit you with a switcheroo, and you didn't fall for
Bro, Brutus, bro, bro, yeah, I think Brutus dumb as shit. Be reading books. My man speaks 3 languages, bro. He got a house. He got property.
We are 7 minutes from being on time for actually ending the game for once. Do you want to role play any of you making that pitch to the party? See how they feel about that situation at all?
Well, don't we have to wait now on Calvira and shit, and where we have to go there? Or where
to get the specifics of the mission you're gonna get in a few days, but I mean like to make the pitch to the party about the whole dealing with the lizards thing at the same time.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, gang.
Y'all can RP that if you're so inclined.
Obviously, I trust him. Wait, is Angie coming with us at all with this?
He is not he's not technically a part of the group, but he does have like investment in some of you. Maybe he will, maybe he isn't. He hasn't actually said one way or another.
Okay, so basically, I bring everybody, including Angie, and shit. And wait, why the fuck is Cooper's name?
Angie
Daniel?
doesn't want to come.
Huh? But I basically, because you guys fucking heard what the fuck happened,
I didn't.
I'll tell him,
I
hey,
was totally paying attention.
I'll say as the cult of the flying Pokemons, we're gonna be sent to, I bring out the whiteboard and shit and the map, I point to fucking Calestra and shit. We're gonna be doing some shit that we're gonna be collecting items potentially for this goddamn ultimate goal here. But there's another situation in this area that'll be beneficial, not only for Ashterra, but just for the people there and for everyone as a whole.
So,
and
when you bring this up to the group and Softail's here, he doesn't really seem to pay much mind to you until you bring up Calestria, and like you could see his like ears perk up at the mention of Calestria.
What a coincidence!
Why the fuck do you care about Calestria that much?
Fucking know.
Alright, fuck around and find out, I guess. But basically, I tell him about, where I was these fucking months and shit. I know, I've been sending out letters of where I was, but of my exact location, but I basically explained to y'all my fucking journey. How I was fucking went down all the way to the fucking ruins of Pompeii and back the fuck up to fucking, what is that, Athena? Is that what we're calling it?
Athena.
Athena.
Yeah. Fucking Tatiana. And as we're fucking there and shit, I've was literally hanging out with the strongest kingdom there. And it's something where as I was there with Gaia, we noticed a potential mishap that could occur that could lead to another Sajaro situation where there's corruption and a bunch of bullshit we have to deal with. And I'm seeing that's something that we can potentially, stomp out now and, some CIA shit right now. For regime change, you know what I mean? And I asked y'all, not as just in general as the mission that we have in hand, but as the Cincinnati Zoo, that y'all want to help your boy Brutus with this.
Softail is the first to actually agree to this, which is very uncharacteristic of him.
Look at my NCOs.
Jordan would nod and say, while I may not be part of this Cincinnati Zoo, as you call it, I've got many in Calestria that I consider family. I'd be happy to help you.
I heard another fart.
Indeed. Wasn't mine though. Oh my god, what the fuck?
It's
man.
Cooper.
Yo, it was the same one back to back.
Bro.
That's crazy.
That's
Is
Same
that- is that- is
sound,
that-
same pitch.
Is that yes for you, Cooper? Or is 2 farts no?
Niggas doing Morse code.
What? Is someone sending taps for my asshole? Ronan just nods. Goes, you part of the crew that saved me. So if this means a lot to you, I mean, I shall help you as if it was my own life in the balance yet again.
I appreciate. Who's left? Fucking.
Yeah, Angie would say,
Come on.
unfortunately, I have business here for the foreseeable future.
Damn, this man doesn't want to play D&D no more. I see. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all right though. I understand. You're a lord now.
Yeah, and he would give a firm handshake to Brutus, the last remaining homie.
Damn.
No, literally, last remaining, last on the
Like a
list.
soft tail.
He really is, huh? That's hilarious. And one thing for the DM's sake, as I prepare this shit, do you guys take any specific stance on how you're gonna go about this, given that this time you guys are far more powerful than the people you're pulling up on, and that there is no "don't kill the Archmage" clause? You can literally do whatever you want, deal with this however you want. Does the party have a general consensus on how they're going to go about it, or is it not really discussed?
I actually
have to
need you to
re-explain the mission
explain to
next
me the
week
whole
anyway.
situation because my fucking
Okay.
water bottle broke and I spilled water all over my room. I was cleaning.
All right, I will
up.
TLDR it real
Yeah.
quick.
All right, you go for
Essentially,
it.
the leader of the place has changed his mind about his stance on the encroaching nation to their west.
Vexaria.
Yeah, and no one agrees with it, but they are a very militaristic culture, and they are going with what their leader believes, even though they don't believe they don't like agree. Gaius, the sort of right hand man to their lord Caesar, was kind of like was kind of lamenting in that. He was like, "Fuck, that sucks." Brutus pulled up, was like, "Nah, bro, there's more to that. You can come inside the house." And he was like, "Yo, that's crazy." So then he fucking was like, "Yo, let me meet your leader. We'll try to fix this shit." And you guys have essentially been given free reign from Adam to, in some way, shape, or form, either make these people allies or destroy them. If they are to
Because
be enemies, destroy them. And if they are to be allies, well, secure that.
It's something where he also noticed that this could be, you know, a quick something where we can deal with it now and not
So
have to
basically,
deal with
we
this
have to
bullshit
turn
later.
every one of his. This guy have like a council, and Gaius is on this council, and they're like,
No, this guy is just a sole motherfucker.
Oh, he's just some motherfucker. So they have this one
Yep.
leader. Is his name Marcus?
Yeah. His
Caesar.
name is Caesar, and Gaius
Caesar.
is Caesar's hand, essentially.
Gaius is.
It's not called that, but that's what he is, essentially.
All right, so he's his like right hand man, and
He's Otto.
And Caesar's like, hey yo, I don't want to be a part of these Vexarians. We finna.
No, wrong.
No.
So Caesar
Uh-huh.
and the lizard folk in Athena were like sort of a neutral entity that was kind of just they were kind of the apex predators in Calestria, as far as the party is aware. And Vexaria has been encroaching on Calestria to sort of push into the greater continent, but they haven't been able to because it's swamplands and it's not their territory, and they keep running into shit that's beat the shit out of them. The lizard folk are a big part of that, and if they got the lizard folk on their side, it would be kind of bad for everyone else because they would be a lot easier for them to get across the swamp. And the leader, previously having a very firm stance against Vexaria and condemning their ways of piracy and hedonism, suddenly changed his mind and is down for talks, which Gaius thinks is a very bad idea.
And
Because-
does Gaius want to stay neutral, or is he willing to team up with Adam?
Gaius came here specifically
To team up
wanting
with-
to team up with Zadravos,
Okay.
or with Ashterra, because he thinks that if their leader takes the side of the country whose people they have been killing for like years now, that he thinks that they will just stab him in the back because humans are not as forgiving as lizards. So he thinks that like his leader accepting that rule will like probably be the end of his people in some way, shape, or form.
So basically, as a whole, we're trying to, keep the people together as a whole, but I'm seeing the bigger picture of taking Calestria and making it part of the fucking kingdom again.
Mhm.
Just, as the other region where, Sajaros is, who's in charge of Sajaros for Adam? Like, the governor? Who's the archmage or some shit?
Okay,
It's the council.
so it was the council, and Adam. I mean, they're a part of the Empire now, but a part of that deal was that they would retain a certain degree of autonomy. So the council has a decent amount of control over like the local stuff and like the goings on. But Adam, at the end of the day, has like the ultimate say.
The ultimate say, yeah.
But he doesn't really like over enforce that. He just kind of is very like passive aggressive and makes a lot of insinuations that people kind of feel like they have to go along with. So a lot of people don't like him on the council, but Calvira does, and most of the people in the city do.
So it's one of those things where it's like I'm trying to get the same vibe. Either a council, a governor, kind of like how Cooper's fucking soon potentially wants to be the fucking goddamn king of the fucking Foullands.
Well, at
Alright.
the very least, the lord of the whole.
Or, the one under
I'm
fucking
trying to be
Adam.
the lord of the whole.
And if that's
Nice.
if that's
Just ask your
settled,
mom, I already am.
Yeah.
then you guys have a rough goal, or you have a goal, like a direct one actually. You will receive details about the specifics of where you're going to be going to do your the dragon investigation shit. That's probably going to involve like a pretty that's going to be dungeon time probably. And yeah, we got we got a goal, and we finished at 11:04.
Wow.
Shout out to consolidating things people say. Let's go.
Shout out to
Ooh.
quick RPing, getting to the point.
But